My name is Mualeoa, Alavina, Vaituu, and I am the owner of Vinatura, which is a botanicals company. And we make small batch homemade botanicals out of my home in Mill Creek. So, I grew up in part-time in the islands and part-time in California. That's my upbringing. And I have healers in my family. I have maternal and paternal lines of women who both have always worked with botanicals. It's just something that they do. It's in my DNA. It's just a part of me now. And so I grew up having to fetch these plants, go look for the plants that I need to heal myself. I was pretty sick as a kid. And so I, instead of being able to go play, learned what they did. So that's kind of where that first started out, my love for being able to work with plant medicine and just being able to be out in nature. But it really came about as a hobby. I had just started a garden and had a lot of surplus, and so I started to just play around with it again. And that's how that came back to me. I had lost it, and then it just sort of just came back to me again. And a lot of things started to really click for me, like, oh, I know this. I know these recipes. I remember these plants. I know these smells. I remember these fusions and infusions. So my company started out in, I'd say about 2017 is when I really started to make, like when I actually got payment for something that I made, would have been 2017. My sister decided to start out my Instagram page for me, and so yeah, this company is mine, but she's definitely she plays a role in how it came to fruition. Things that I feel that I've been doing well as an emerging business is just being honest to my craft and to myself. And sometimes I fall into things like imposter syndrome. I don't feel like I deserve to be here. But when I look at the time that I've taken to research and the time and the quality of the ingredients that I'm actually using to make these products, I'm good with exactly what I'm putting out there, and I'm proud of that. Because I'm an herbalist, so I play with everything. I want to know what all the plants can help us with, because each plant usually has its counterpart. So one plant can usually activate another plant, but it can also deactivate it, like deactivate its properties. And so I'm always curious about that. I'm also curious about plants that are in the ocean because we don't know anything about those plants yet. I like to rock hound. So yeah, I like to visit the salt flats a lot. That's where I get my salt. And so when I'm out there, I usually do some, just talking to nature, vibing, rock hounding, looking for like crystals. Sometimes I can find it, sometimes it's just cigarette butts. I love the Pacific Island community. I really do. I feel like it's taken me a long time to kind of come full circle into just being okay with me and loving all those aspects of being a Pacific Islander. And so if there's anything that I would, tell our Pacific Islander community is to just keep being you. However weird or unique or different that feels, just keep being that. Even if there's nobody else like you out there, just do that.